Hi, welcome back to the Truth Doctor Show. My name is Dr. Courtney Tracy. I'm known as the Truth Doctor. And on the show, I talk about the world through a mental health lens, using pop culture and the media as my medium. I am not wearing my doctor coat today. You can see all of my tattoos, but most importantly, you can see my new merch shirt. It's actually been out for a little while on Instagram, and I think we only have like less than 50% of the inventory left. I wanted to show it to you all in case you wanted to get it and tell you a little bit about it. So the shirt says your unconscious is showing on it. It says, I exist, you exist. And it says, find your unadulterated reality. My book that I'm writing is going to be called Your Unconscious is Showing. And unconscious is everything that occurs within you. So there's subconscious that occurs in your mind, but then there's also all the other unconscious processes, like the way that your brain functions generally outside of the psychology of you, the way that your body functions generally outside of your conscious ability. So when I say your unconscious is showing, it's really just the process through which I analyze everything you've ever seen me analyze in here. What could be going on in the person's body, in their mind, or in their brain that's making them do the things that they're doing? And I look at it from a human perspective. We're all humans. We're all dealing with the reality that is this existence. So I made this shirt for you, and I have it from extra small all the way up to 5X. So if you're interested, go ahead and check them out. There's a link below. They're less than $30, and I have had such good reviews, and I wear this thing all the time. I'm going to keep it on underneath my white doctor coat. Now let's get to the episode. Okay, I have to say just right away, I love this show. When I just pushed play and did the little intro, and then it just opened to this opening scene, and it just feels like you're entering the world of Arcane, and it's just really freaking cool.
Did my parents pay you to let me win?
That's a serious accusation. For me, knowing how to handle this weapon means being able to protect people. Begs the question, young Careman. What are you shooting for?
First thing I want to talk about is Caitlyn's parents. Of course, they have leeway because of the explosion that happened. It almost killed Caitlyn. So they can have criticism about what Jayce is doing. At the same time, they also really judge Caitlyn for wanting to be an enforcer. We saw Caitlyn's mom look like it looked as if she was looking to say, where is Caitlyn? Why is she not in here doing all these things that we're supposed to be doing as a family? Why is she out there, if she knew she was out there, talking to an enforcer? And I think that that's important. They do great things for society, and that's wonderful, but there's more to life than what we put out into the world. It matters also the way we perceive people. Clearly, Grayson being an enforcer and Caitlyn going out and enjoying shooting with her, and then having Grayson ask that question of what are you shooting for is really, really interesting. If we are exposed to an adult when we are growing up that has the same interests as us, or lives the same life as us, or has the same personality or perspective that we believe we have when we're younger, that we want to have when we're older, really gives us more room to be able to do those things.
He was a witness in an ongoing
Show me Vi, show me Vi.
Bummer.
The monkey.
Where did you get this?
My question first, concerning inmate 516.
Not cooperative, huh? You want us to have a chat with her?
And Caitlyn has sympathy.
Fathers. Sons. Daughters.
Who was this, Daddy?
A good woman.
I really like that they just showed Marcus missing Grayson and showing Marcus with his daughter. The speech that he gave had a lot of empathy and understanding for human life. Of course, we can see Marcus in the past episodes having this behavior, right, of like egotisticalness. People can have multiple aspects to them. There could be this defense where Marcus may feel inferior and be wanting to rise up. And then he's also, wants to take care of his daughter. If I'm ever saying something about a character or a person, I'm talking about their behavior in the moment. If at any point other behavior comes up in the future, I'm going to use that to create a new analysis of the person. That's how most people should function in life. We should take what we know about the person and obviously leave room for adjustments on our perspective, but we can make an analysis in the moment and then change our minds as we gather more information. That's how people continue to grow and advance and understand the people around them. So this was a really nice aspect of Marcus, and I'm really glad that they showed it.
Arresting her would be doing you a favor.
I don't need favors. I need you to do your job. For their families. From an anonymous, concerned citizen.
Protected. What about our pledge to improve lives? For those in need? For the undercity?
Look, I'm sorry I didn't announce our other projects in my speech.
You sure you don't want to confer with the other councilors before?
This corruption runs deep, Sheriff. I intend to root it out. Have you made any progress with the stolen gemstone?
Okay, what is Victor sick with? Oh.
I need to get to the lab.
What? What? Okay, my assumption of why he doesn't want to say anything is because he's going to go try to maybe figure it out on his own, since him and Jayce are now disagreeing. Once you disagree, once there's a disagreement that's going on, then you start to lose trust. So they've been working together. It's been going so well. And then Jayce didn't share the progress that they were making and the new projects that they had the potential for. And so there's this like just divide that's creating mistrust.
No, it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
The way that explosion happened and she had those flashbacks again of Milo Clagger and ends it with saying,
Oh, it was a mistake.
and she's actually recreating, like you can see the dolls of like Milo Clagger. It's infused with all of this potential pathology. And I saw some comments I want to address, which by the way, I respond to comments because I feel like this is a community. So I like kind of going back and forth like this. Somebody said that there were signs that Powder had issues even from episode 1 and that she wasn't really reacting to death. She was actually reacting to how Vi was reacting. And I don't see that. I see that she was, clinging on to Vi, and that was the beginning of her attachment to Vi. I don't think that she was always experiencing these types of symptoms, but she was really young when what happened to her. Clearly, she's experiencing symptoms of PTSD, right? Like these are clearly flashbacks. She still is stuck in that moment of it was a mistake. She's still verbalizing it. It's still the first thing that comes out when she's having these flashbacks and these symptoms. There's still very much Powder within her and all of those emotions that she is experiencing because of what happened.
You almost got me killed.
My little sister could do that when she was 7.
Boom. Roasted.
All us fisherfolk can. Don't you want to blend in?
But if the legends are true, mages aren't bound to single functions. It's said the Arcane speaks through them.
Are you sure this is safe?
Of course not.
Of course not.
Oh, Jericho. Have I missed these?
Unbelievable. I didn't break you out of jail to eat slop. I knew this was a terrible idea.
Vi seemed to be playing on the fact that they had two different realities, two different perspectives in their mind. Vi knew that she was going to get something from this person and Caitlyn didn't. And I think that Vi was just kind of like, like you're judging me, you feel uncomfortable. Maybe that taught Caitlyn something.
I tightened our security.
And in so doing, put a target on your back.
What's the matter, Milo?
Oh, come on, don't do that.
What makes you different? Makes you strong.
Oh. She tried to beat Vi's score. And I feel like a couple things are going on there. One, I think that she obviously is still traumatized from the connection. She saw those good moments with Vi, then that horrible moment with Vi. It brought up a sense of loss. I miss this and it makes me angry. And then it also brought up a sense of grief and vengeance and just anger because of what happened when she perceived that Vi left her. And I want to beat the person that made me feel angry, whether it's the person that I loved that let me down or the person that left me and let me down. I'm angry. I want to beat this person. And she didn't beat the scoreboard, which is really interesting because even Vi, I don't know what episode it was, but I brought it up. I brought up the scoreboard. I'm like, Vi is just beating herself over and over and over again. So she's getting better and better, not only physically, but probably mentally. And then we see Jinx not winning mentally and not winning physically. And what that's likely doing is reminding her of the fact that when she was powder or whatever, when she was living this life, she could never be good enough. She could never be equal. And she could never belong.
Well, that place does look like it has bodies buried in the basement.
You don't know anything.
I never wanted anything to do with politics. You pushed this on me.
You're a symbol of the future now, Jayce, whether you like it or not.
Counselor Bulbach seems to think other arrangements would be more profitable.
The Hex Gates are only the beginning. In fact, we're currently looking for new partners in our Hex
He
Tech
did
research.
it?
And as a supporter...
Ooh, what is gonna come of Jayce? Please don't tell me, but I wanna know.
And what do I have?
You're hot, Cupcake.
Ooh.
So what'll it be, man or woman?
Rain on me.
Yes, Matilda. My parents named me Matilda after my great.
Anybody coming from Piltover, likely anybody coming from Piltover down into Zon, having this conversation with Vi is going to be uncomfortable. Vi's teaching her the ways of society in Zon. So it's probably very uncomfortable for her, and her taking this step to be like, okay, I'm going to do this is showing that she's not only is she putting more trust into Vi, but she's also saying like, I'm not used to this, but it's probably in me. At least it's something that I'm perceiving if she's gotten to that point, but she might be so afraid that she's not actually thinking about that yet.
This has gone too far.
Imagining yourself a hero.
It happens so often when we just feel so stuck. We feel like the decisions that we want to make and the progress that we want to have in our lives or in the world or in the situation that we're in isn't possible. It's too overwhelming. And on top of that, we see that Marcus is grieving Grayson, is worried about his daughter's future. And so he's like falling into this humanity of like, I really want humanity to do well. I want to be making good choices. And at the same time, it's very overwhelming for him because he doesn't know if he's going to be able to do that. And so he's retreating and going inward and thinking, maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe I should end my life. To anybody who's feeling that way, please know that there are options. You're not alone in how you're feeling at all. And I'm really sorry that you're in that place. And I'm hopeful that there's a way out.
Just give it to the doctor.
You're the only one I can trust with this, Jinx.
I keep seeing them. That day.
That day.
This is all I've seen.
Caitlyn!
We're not often in the position to give anything back.
I couldn't have done it without you.
He fell into it.
I thought we could walk together.
I'm
Ooh, so much
probably
romance.
going to sleep here tonight.
Again?
Oh no. Oh. I mean, what's coming up for me when I'm thinking about where their mindset is I think that Victor's really focused on his goal because he's reaching the end of his life. So he's very value-based and goal-oriented. Medarda said that she liked that she was giving back. So I don't think that she's just doing it all because she's like a corrupt individual. I think that she is finding benefit from Jayce and she's feeling as though she can make a difference, but she also has the history that she has in politics. And I think with Jayce, he's getting a little wound up in reaching this higher status and is losing focus of the goal, losing focus of his value. At least that's what I see happening right now. I'm curious your thoughts.
Vander wasn't the man you thought he was.
Right. He was like a brother to you and he turned his back and blah, blah, blah.
She's so emotionally disconnected from that. That's exactly what happened to her with Vi in her own mind. She was my sister, then she turned her back, blah, blah, blah. She is unconsciously refusing to see her pain. We deflect and defend against any negative emotion that we don't want to have. It's like one of the first things we learn in Psych 101. It's just like defense mechanisms, denial, projection, minimization, refusal to take a look at. We can definitely see that here.
That day, I let a weak man die. You need to let powder die. So
Wow.
the fear of pain will no longer control you. You're strong now, just like you were always meant to be.
I believe in one of the earlier episodes, Vi said something about being who you are is your strength.
What makes you different makes you strong. Always remember that, okay?
When she was Powder, Vi tried to implant into Powder's mind that she was strong and powerful exactly the way that she was. But the environment that she was exposed to and the actions that she could or could not enact did not make her feel powerful, did not make her feel like exactly who she was good enough. Now Silco's coming in saying, now you're powerful. Who you are now as Jinx. Jinx is perfect, but perfect for who? When we're traumatized, there will be people around us who want us to take that trauma and never look back. And that people become severely addicted to substances. They become violent. And then there's people when you're traumatized that say, let me help you recover. Let me help you understand this pain and let go of this pain. In a way, Silco's trying to make it seem like that's what he's saying, but he's not. He's saying, kill the old you and be the new you. But the old us never really leaves. It's always deep down in there somewhere. We can't just get rid of pain in the way that he's trying to make have happen. She looks like she has a similar face as she did when she was staring at the fighting happening in the alley. I think in episode 1, it's more round, it's more childlike, and it's as though Powder is dying. Ooh. Vi sees her. Oh, the bomb and a picture of him and his daughter. Ooh, did he come out of the spell and leave? Oh, he's with Victor. Ooh. Oh, damn.
Where's my sister? Where's he keeping her?
Keeping her? You mean Jinx? She works for him.
Oh.
She's like his daughter.
Ooh. David.
The sister. She's back.
From the dead.
Ooh. Jinx was falling into it. She's working on things. Silco thinks things are going well. They're family now, and everything's going to be fine and great. He has his daughter-like partner that they're, and they're going to take over the world. This is an immediate threat to Silco. that Vi is still alive. And like I just mentioned, Powder still there. We can't just get rid of our past. He said, like, I killed a weak man that day, or a weak man died that day. And he's acting like, oh, now I'm just this totally different person. But he knows that that's not the case, or else he wouldn't be concerned that Vi is still alive. So excited for episode 5. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please be polite. Please be nice. We all have different perspectives here. Thank you for being here. And thank you for explaining some things to me that I may not understand, and doing it from a place of compassion, because I have never played these games. And I try to see things like, I'm not just watching this, right? I'm trying to analyze it at the same time, and I'm taking a bunch of breaks. So it shows up a little differently for me in my mind and what I'm trying to do. I hope it's helpful. Still having a lot of fun. I hope you all have a great weekend. And as always, I am glad that you and your unconscious exists.